You're still alive? How? Keep giving me reasons to love you. You're not that good of a shot, no. Wolf? What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben and today I'll be reacting to The Bad Batch Season 3, Episode 7. Now, I know this episode is going to be so insane. Last episode was just insane in itself. You had the Shadow Troopers. Already loved that whole concept where you have basically ninja clones going in who are incredibly efficient at what they do. And I love the costume design. Their helmets look like skulls. Yeah, the idea that they've actually taken a clone trooper and erased all their identity so they're just one like blank canvas and completely loyal to the Empire, that's horrifying. So I want more on that. But yeah, now you have, I think it was 2 ships full of troopers coming for Omega, and so that's great. I mean, it's a shame that Rex's cool base location has already been found, so they're going to have to move again. But I'm really hoping they don't capture Omega. I feel like it's going to happen eventually. They're going to have to. Omega's going to have a personal conflict with Hemlock. That's going to be a confrontation. I don't want that to happen yet. I don't want her. She only just got back with the Bad Batch. I want some time before it inevitably goes badly. I feel like the one upside that they could get out of this is getting like some coordinates to Tantis. I feel like that's a good start, or that's something they could get from this whole situation. You got 2 ships, obviously coming from Tantis, to like get Omega. They can use that, and I'm really hoping that this is the opportunity they can like get that info. I think the most sort of alarming part of the last episode was that at the end it showed that there was a clone commander in charge of the troopers. That is honestly kind of terrifying at this point. There's a clone that the Empire actually values enough to put in charge of recruited troops. He had his armor personalized and customized, and it looked insane. It looked awesome. But it's so trippy that that's a thing there, because the Empire have been so adamant at getting rid of all the clones. You know, you have one in quite a prominent position. He's working for Hemlock and Tantis and all that, coming for Omega, and he has that sort of authority. I mean, that immediately screams that he's going to be a really dangerous threat, and I really want to know more about him and whatever's going on there. But yeah, as always, if you do enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel to grow. And if you do enjoy my content and you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon, the link will be in the description. Over there I'm uploading these videos and the full reaction a week in advance, so if that's something you're interested in, feel free to check it out. With that said, let's just dive on in. Yeah, burning wreckage. I hate that this is Rex's base and it's already been destroyed. It was so cool. Because now they're going to have to leave it. It's been discovered. You're still alive? How? Okay, you're just so insane. I'm really loving this kind of soldier. How on earth did this guy survive that? What? No. What? Was your arm injured there? What happened there? That looked cool. Rex. Okay, everyone's alive. Everyone's good. I don't want any of these guys to die anymore. We've already lost one. I can't bear losing another.
Another way off this spire. There's always another way.
Amazing. Oh, I love Rex. He's so amazing. So what are you doing now? So are you just trying to get to Omega? I need to understand, like, where is his mind at? He's obviously like a person and thinking. His just identity's been erased. So he's just trying to follow his mission. So he must be just trying to get to these guys.
Our leech vessel's docked about 10 levels down. Doesn't have a hyperdrive though. We won't get far. No, but we can use it to contact Echo.
Yes, good. And he has hyperdrive. What's up with your arm? Did you break? I feel like it's broken and the suit is losing like robotics to move it for you. Yeah, reinforcements. There you are, cool person. What are you about? How are you a clone and in this position of power? Any thoughts? They're your brothers.
These are clones. They're not insurgents. They are both. I neutralized most of their rogue cell.
Okay, no, go back to that. You seemed angry that you were lied to. You thought this was just an insertion. You didn't know these were clones, and you seemed angry that it was clones.
I'm now in charge of this operation. You answer to me. Is that clear?
So you're not exactly on the same page then.
Set blasters to stun and move in. We're moving in.
Definitely not after pushing him aside like that. Okay, maybe there's hope for this guy. He's a clone, but still, why are you in a position of power? All the other clones are like leaving or have been forced into retirement. Why are you still here? That's your ship. What are you doing? Okay, that's fried. Maybe the Batch can find that ship and get away on that.
They're escaping through the middle of the spire. We'll take Team 1 and infiltrate this rock from the platform below.
Okay, so they found that quickly. That's great.
Team 2, hold your position and stay alert.
No one go rogue. Yep. Disappearing.
The operative has gone after the target. Should I pursue?
Negative. Proceed with the plan. Seal off that access point.
Okay, so this guy isn't working. Is he working for Tantis? I was assuming he's basically adjacent. He's the Imperial reinforcements that Hemlock has now got, but he isn't clued into all the stuff that's on Tantis. Seems like he's just hired help. That gives me hope.
Head inside and box them in.
Is that the exit? Oh, great. So how you found that quickly? Oh, Rex, please tell me you have a good plan. Okay, at least you're moving quickly down the stairs, but this guy's going to come after you. He's going to jump down. He's going to get there really quickly. You're still so cool. I know that I shouldn't be, like, enjoying this, but the guy is so cool. There's a chance he can turn good and join them.
Stop. What is it?
Oh, wait, oh.
They're coming.
Shadow Ninja's gonna fight them. Or not.
I'll handle it.
Can you? Hand thing? I know it's like a trauma thing now. You're close. Yep, hand thing. It's a trauma thing. He needs to get over that. It's from the experiments and all that, and he needs to get past it. But at least it's not permanent. Oh! Nicely done! Still not falling to your death. Keep giving me reasons to love you. Please be good. Please join. Please, like, be part of the good side. You're so awesome. I can't root for you. I can't root for you to die. You're way too awesome. You're on the ship. Rackhead, get on the ship.
Waiting on you.
Yep, go. Okay. Yeah, this thing definitely does not have a hyperdrive, but please, you're in something. Move. Okay, now try. Maybe you can pick up the other ship that's down there. So you actually got out. Everyone, you should be good now. This guy will spot you, that's for sure. You're not that good of a shot, no. Of course you are. Great. Maybe please land close to his ship.
Current extraction. Repeat. Marker 025.
Okay, got the message. Echo is on his way. Please crash near his ship, because then you can leave. And the ship was really cool. It had red lights.
Going down. Strap in.
Please pull up. Yeah, I think that's a survivable crash. That's fine. You are so injured, yet you're still walking.
I prevented the target's escape by shooting down her ship. Our orders are to retrieve the girl alive.
This friction is very interesting.
Their vessel crashed in the upper jungle region. Get the shuttles in the air. This isn't over.
I like this clone commander then. I like you. You seem quite good. It's just, why are you still with the Empire? Like, why haven't they forced you to retire yet? How come you're being treated well? Yep, everyone's alive. Good.
You good?
Uh-huh.
Got your crossbow.
Yep.
Oh, I love it. He's checking on her.
Stay close. It's easy to get lost in this terrain.
You big old softy. I love Crosshair. You can hear it?
We've got attack shuttles inbound.
Yep, you need to start running. You're definitely injured, yet you're still going. Is there hope for you? Maybe? Maybe you realise the Empire's pushing him too much?
I've seen how you are with the kid. Your point?
Come on, Hauser.
Well, you're different than you were on Ryloth.
There we go, come on. Mend these bridges.
Loyalty meant something to me.
And it still does.
Empire didn't go both ways. I realized how disposable I was.
I love this, it's just flat out saying everything that we've seen. Have these two actually come on board with it? Are they good with Crosshair now?
There's no sign of the insurgents.
Get back to the shuttle and monitor comm channels. They couldn't have gotten far.
So how come the one shadow guy managed to see the footprints, yet all of you don't? I could see them in this shot. So they just did not see the footprints. That's quite bad on them. But at least it means they only have to deal with one Shadow Ninja clone. Hopefully that won't be that difficult. I mean, we saw the last episode, it was very difficult. But out in the open now. Not out in the open, they've got trees to cover. And they sort of know they're being hunted. It's not like he's in the room.
I hear it too.
Ooh. Oh, they've been found. Yeah, great. I still love the lighting, how the red pours down on them. Smoke, okay, good, non-lethal, love it. Come on. Oh, of course, Crosshair. Yes, lethal. Please don't let Omega get captured. It feels kind of hopeless. They still need to get to Echo. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, they're doing so well. I love this, using the fog, the mist. Oh, ship's going down. Yeah, I love that scream. Yeah, that scream is like reused everywhere. It's still great whenever you hear it.
Almost there.
But here comes this guy. This thing, he's gonna make things so much more difficult.
What is it?
Ooh! Okay, at least Crosshair saw him first. So did that other clone die?
Omega smoke grenade.
We're out.
Ah.
I'll draw his fire. Get to the rendezvous.
I don't like that idea.
Too bad.
Oh, but I love Crosshair and Omega's relationship now as clone. It's made Crosshair such a big softie in like caring for her. You have it being reciprocated where Omega really does care for Crosshair's safety. That's the loyalty that he's wanted all this time. He's found it in Omega. Oh, oh. Does this guy not have heat vision? That is a good... Oh, this gives Crosshair such a good advantage. Waterfall. Sounds? No. He's going to be... Oh, great. He's going to be hidden by the sound. Come on. Thermal vision. Thermal vision. You can find him. You can find him. Ooh, ooh. Come on, Crosshair. You going back? Oh, and you're in the water. No. Can they try and save each other? Can they try and survive? That would be nice. Maybe this awesome clone can turn good. Oh, no, both over. Where does that go? Is that another cliff after that? Yep, it's just a bunch of cliffs. Okay, dead landed. Cross it! Okay, good, good.
You had your chance to be one of us.
Yeah, I like this talk. I want more info on this whole thing. So you have a relationship. There's something here.
You chose the wrong side.
So you actually chose to become this? I mean, I guess he must think it's a choice. He can't even remember what it was like before that. You dare. Come on, people, save him. Loyalty, come on. No. You dare kill Crosshair. Hauser, thank you. You saved Crosshair, and he isn't dead. That guy might be. If that doesn't kill you, what actually can? You didn't get crushed by rocks. I'm honestly not sure if that actually killed you there. But how's that actually saved Crosshair? Okay, so many bridges are being fixed. Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, Crosshair, you big softy, please. I really hope this just helps Crosshair a lot. He's been shown so much loyalty and dependence here.
Extraction marker.
Where's Echo? Friend or foe?
That's not Echo.
Nope. Great. Come on, you got this. You got this. Just shoot the pilot again. It's you. Yeah, great. Come on. One last stand.
Wolf.
Rex.
Wolf? As in Plo Koon Wolf? That's this guy. Did I not see the markings? I don't remember Wolf's markings. He was in like... I remember him from like one episode with R2-D2 and C-3PO.
Reports said you were killed in action.
Okay, it is you.
Down aboard an attack cruiser. Oh, I did.
Oh, yeah, it's okay.
Lost a lot of good men that day. And today.
Jesse.
What are you doing here, Rex? Don't tell me you're fighting against us.
Come on, Wolf.
Not against you. Against the Empire.
Can you convince Wolf?
And experimenting on our brothers. Killed others. The Empire wouldn't do that to us.
Crosshair's like the living proof.
That's what's happening on Tantus.
You haven't been there. Come on.
You can help us. You can stand with us.
Let's have a bunch of recruited soldiers here.
I have my orders. Hand the girl over, and I'll make sure you're given a fair trial.
No, that won't happen. Wolf!
But open your eyes. You're hunting a child. I know. That's not who you are.
Come on, think about it.
As your brother, I'm asking you to do the right thing.
Can this work? Can Rex actually convince him? Sounds, what's going to interrupt you lot? Echo?
Sir, there's an unmarked vessel inbound.
Excellent. Okay, what's going to happen here? Are you going to let them go? Can you join them? That'd be nice.
Commander, stand down.
It worked. Wow. Okay, but yeah, you're going to get fired. You're going to get retired and experimented on. You need to go with them. Like all the other non-clone troopers there aren't going to report you. This is bad. This is so bad for you. You've lost your command. You're going to be experimented and tortured.
Recover their fallen. Then we move out.
But, they're traitors.
Mm.
Perhaps. But they're clones.
Okay, good. But I feel like you're so done. You're so done. You're going to go to Tantis and get experimented on now. It's nice that you do try and recover their fallen, but yeah, these guys definitely aren't going to sort of vouch for you when you come back to the Empire empty-handed. They're so going to say that you let the traitors go. It's the waterfall. This guy survived, didn't he? I love you so much. How are you doing this? Why won't you just die?
You can't win this fight. The Empire is too strong.
Stop it. Join him.
I can't just walk away. Not now.
There's no point trying to convince him to stop fighting. It's Rex. He's never going to stop.
I heard what Omega said about her escape. She's vital to whatever they're doing on Tentis.
Finally. Okay, putting the pieces together.
You need to find out why she's so important to them.
I'm actually going to find out. Like, I want details on like what on earth Camino did to her and why she's special, in what way. We know that her blood is the key to being able to successfully mess with midichlorians. So that's weird force things. Kaminoan's messed with that. I want details. Okay, that was an amazing episode. That felt so good and just everything it did. Crosshair, again, I love him. He's the star of the show. And I guess Omega, but this is Crosshair's season. Getting to see him, not only, because we saw him build bridges with Omega and then Hunter and the rest of the Bad Batch. Now he's building bridges with the rest of the clones. He managed to sort of win Hauser over. That would have been incredibly difficult, but he did it. I'm so happy for him. Just seeing how much character development he's gone through. He went from being this cold, distant character, and now he's constantly worried about Omega's safety and making sure she's always prepared and she's got something to defend herself. I love how much of a big old softie he's become. Yeah, he still has this sharp edge. It's so cool. But yeah, I'm definitely loving the Shadow Ninja Trooper. He's insane. He just won't die, and I think that's incredible. The dude is so, like, efficient and great at what he does, but the fact that he keeps getting beaten up, he got crushed by rocks, he fell off a waterfall, and he still survived. He is incredible. I know I'm not sure, I shouldn't be rooting for the bad guys, but I'm hoping that maybe he can turn good. That might be bit far-fetched since he doesn't have any personality beneath that, or his whole identity was erased. But I wouldn't mind it if they can find some way to turn him good, because the guy is so insane. But yeah, Wolf is back. I'm sorry that I did not recognize the armor. I'm guessing that was the same sort of armor, look, paint, whatever it is, that he had in the Clone Wars. But in my defense, he didn't show up a lot in the Clone Wars. I remember him from one episode, and there was the thing when R2-D2 and C-3PO met the underground tree people. That was the episode I remember him from, but I don't specifically remember his armor look. So sorry I didn't recognize it. But like, it's cool that he's shown up again. So they are dealing with so many clones from the Clone Wars and seeing where they are now. But yeah, definitely concerned for his future. There's no way he's sort of keeping his position now. He was in command of a bunch of regular troopers. They're not clones, so they're obviously going to report him. So he's kind of done in his position. He's going to get shipped to Tantis and experimented on. So hopefully when this all concludes, we might see him again, and then maybe they can try and rescue him from Tantis as well as all the other clones. But yeah, still very interested on how he managed to... I mean, his personality, granted, probably allowed him to stay in the Empire a lot longer than everyone else. From what I remember, he was very much... I felt like he was cold, maybe abrasive. The way he dealt with R2-D2 and C-3PO, he didn't really like droids. I feel like that's kind of the personality the Empire wants, so he's probably a desirable soldier to keep around. But to think that the Empire actually allowed him to stay on and actually give him a position of power and over just non-clone troopers, just regular people troopers. The fact that just screams weirdness to me, that he's actually that position. Like, he wasn't forced into retirement or anything. I definitely want more details on how on earth he stayed in that spot. But yeah, then I think one of the biggest takeaways from this ending is that they now realise that something is special about Omega. Yes, I mean, I guess they didn't really think about it during the first season, did they? They were just trying to get her away from the bounty hunters. They weren't really questioning why they were after her, did they? And eventually, I guess it just turns out to be that no, isn't it? Lama Su sent the bounty hunters after them. You had the whole Cad Bane and Fennec Shand thing that sort of ended. And then they were kind of scot-free, and then it was just Crosshair who was after them. So I don't think they thought too much about what made Omega special then. We had hints about it from Lama Su and Nala Se, that it was part of some special project. But now I'm hoping that we go far more deeper into whatever is going on with her. All we know is that her DNA is somehow Force compatible, and her blood can be used to mess with midichlorians. That is insane. It's biological, it's science, it's whatever, and that feels like a complete clash with the mysticism of the Force. So something weird is there, and it's whatever the Kaminoans did. So I need a lot more info on that, and I'm hoping we get that soon. Okay, Crosshair really is the star of this season. He's definitely my favourite character at this point. Sadly, yes, Tech is gone, but that means Crosshair can fill the void, and he is just insane. Seeing the character development that this guy has gone through is such incredible writing. Like, he started off in Clone Wars as this cold, steely character that was always distant and always at the back, never showed any emotion. Now, with everything he's been through, I love that he still has his sharpness and his coldness, but he also is so soft, and it's quite funny in a way, just seeing how his relationship with Omega has grown. It's the loyalty thing. He's always, throughout the show, he's been looking for that loyalty, and he's found it in Omega. Those two are seriously the stars of this entire show, and I love how it's sort of brought them together. Because at first, they were very on opposite sides, you follow their stories along. Now, with them being together, their whole relationship and dynamic is amazing. Like seeing Crosshair care for her and check that she has all these different things. I love how each Bad Batcher has taken their turn to teach Omega stuff, and now it's Crosshair's turn. Like, it's changed him in such a wonderful way. Also love that with his whole hand thing, he's still finding different ways to accomplish what he needs to do. Like, yes, he couldn't shoot straight when they were going down the spire, but he managed to quickly think and switch to that explosive shot, which dealt with the issue, because then it's like a much wider blast radius. So I love that he's still able to think things through, and he's still capable. Even if he can't shoot that amazing as he used to, he's still super useful. Yeah, his talk with the Shadow was very interesting. So the Shadow mainly did all the talking. They were basically saying that Crosshair chose wrong, and he had a choice to become them. So I'm guessing that is just what that guy believes. I doubt it was a choice. I feel like the clones are there, they're being experimented on. I doubt anyone would want to give up their own identity to become part of the thing that's been torturing them. So I feel bad for the Shadow. I want it to turn good. I want some redemption there, because that poor person has just been stripped of all their identity and has now become this shell. But yeah, I feel like there's definitely more info we're missing on Crosshair's time on Tantis. Whatever the process of turning a clone into the Shadow, I'm guessing that did something really bad to Crosshair. That's probably to do with the hand thing, and I almost want to see what happened there, because Crosshair's already been such a tortured character, but I feel like this is like a missing part to why he is where he is now. Then of course you have Hauser. I love that, like the last episode, it dealt with Hunter jumping in and defending Crosshair. Now you have Hauser actually going out of his way to save Crosshair's life. Like, just seeing Crosshair being able to fix all these relationships, it's so satisfying and so cool to see, because he started off as the enemy, he was the antagonist for the whole show, and now he's getting redemption, and it feels so earned, it feels so nice, and it feels good for Crosshair. Like, it was one thing having Hunter defend him in an argument, but actually having Hauser, who was very adamantly against Crosshair's involvement with anything, actually going out of his way to save his life. That is so big, and it's so huge. And like, it goes to show Crosshair's whole loyalty thing. I love that they actually let Crosshair say it, and he actually had a whole thing where he actually just said that loyalty was a big thing to him, and that the Empire didn't obviously show it to him. Now that's something we got to see, but it's nothing that the other characters really understand. Having him just say it to Hauser, and letting Hauser process that information, I think anyone who hears that would immediately just forget all of Crosshair's badness and just immediately try and save him, because that's all Crosshair wants. He just wants loyalty. It's so amazing that it's so simple that that's all Crosshair needs, and yet he's such a complex character anyway. Now the Shadows, I know that they are called CX Troopers now, so they are, which is honestly quite cool, because it's obviously X-Clone, and that's sort of where that comes from. But this one specifically, he is insane. So they're obviously not all identical, because you had the one that was killing off the clones on Coruscant, they're dead, Rex killed them. Then you had the other one that died from this guy. And now this one, he just refuses to die. He is insane. Just seeing how capable he is. So he ran, first off, last episode, he ran out of the room, came back. He was a complete ninja, a shadow. He lived up to the name. And now seeing everything this guy is going through, being crushed by rocks, not dying, falling off a waterfall, still not dying. I'm so concerned about where the suit is doing as well. Because it looked like he's definitely very injured, but I feel like the suit has robotics. So imagine what's going on in my mind is, say his arm's broken and he can't actually move his arm, he's probably in incredible pain from it. He presses buttons on the suit, and basically the robot or whatever's in the suit is mechanically moving his arm for him and moving the fingers for him so he can fire. Maybe even putting some anesthetic or whatever so he doesn't feel the pain into his arm. That would be kind of insane and awesome, but it makes me want this guy to be good. Not only because it would be insane to have sort of this it would be awesome to have this guy on the side of good, just from how good he is in combat, but also I feel like the Empire has done an incredible evil here, and I feel like it would be great just to have that evil undone and have this guy become good and fight against the Empire as well. Don't know how likely that is, because they don't actually have a personality to go back to. They are literally just an Empire loyalist, and that's how they're basically built and programmed, because everything else has been erased. But maybe there's hope. I could be completely in the wrong there, but I would love it if they can be turned to the good. I'm so happy that this is finally going to go into Omega and whatever it is she's special and whatever that is. Because I need to know, if she is like the perfect clone of Django, like Boba Fett, but she just happens to be female, does that mean Boba Fett and Django would have also been compatible with whatever this is? Or did the Kaminoans just mess with stuff and just play God in a way with their cloning? Because I feel like they definitely have an experience with cloning the Force. That didn't... the way I know... There's two possibilities. Nala Se could have either said that it was impossible because she just didn't want to do it, or she's already tried it and failed. I think it's the latter. I think she's tried it, she's messed with the Force stuff before. The Kaminoans are like, they're scientists and they're egotistical. I think they would have tried it, and Omega would be the result of it. They tried it, they didn't want it to expire, so they made her have a regular lifespan rather than the increased one that the clones have. But yeah, it's definitely... I doubt that I doubt that her blood is compatible with the Force by a fluke. I doubt that was a mistake or just an accident. That was definitely purposeful, and I want to know what the Kaminoans' plans are behind that. Obviously, their plans have come to nothing. They're failed. They're gone. But I'd love to know why she was made originally. Because Kaminoans always do something with purpose. She was not made by accident. I want to know what her original design was for. Because if the badge can find that out, they can find a way to sort of prevent it. Maybe there's something they can do to Omega's blood to, I guess, counteract the Force sensitivity thing while keeping her alive. I feel like right now, the only way to stop the Empire from doing whatever they're doing is to kill Omega. That's obviously not going to happen, but as long as she is alive now, that leaves the possibility that Palpatine can mess with the Force. And I don't want that to happen. So they need to find some way to biologically alter Omega so that this no longer is an issue. Rex loves seeing him back, and I feel like I'm constantly afraid of him dying now. I thought, yeah, he can never die in the Clone Wars, but now that Tech is gone, it feels like anyone is sort of up in the air for who could die. I don't want it to be Rex. I want him to live. Out of all the clones, I want him to live to see the Empire fall. That's all I want. And it's sad that the clones will basically get very old by the time the Empire actually falls, because it's 30 years, and 30 years for them, I can't remember how accelerated their growth is. They look like adults after 10 years. I feel like maybe it's double that of regular aging, so that could be 60 years for a clone. And since this, but no, because Rex is how old he is after 3 years in the, so it would be, how old would Rex be? I feel like he might be 40 technically in like clone age here, so another 60 years on top of that. It doesn't bode well. But yeah, I love his passion. He's never going to stop fighting. Yes, Hunter can try and convince him not to, but that's never going to work. He's always going to be fighting the Empire, and it's such an amazing thing to see. I want the batch to join. I want them to join forces, and I want them to fight together. But I think I just love the scene where he's able to actually convince Wolf to let them go. It may not have convinced him to join them, but he actually got through to one of his brothers who was still kind of under the thrall of the Empire, and he managed to get everyone out. And he's the best clone, he's the best commander, he's amazing. But yeah, speaking of Wolf, sorry I didn't recognise the armour. I feel like that must have been a big giveaway. I'm assuming that's the same look he had in Clone Wars. Again, he only showed up, from what I can remember, in very few episodes. So I love that they brought him back, because they're dealing with so many of the clones that we got to see during the Clone Wars and dealing with where they are now. They're not really forgetting about anyone. We've had Cody, we've had Rex, obviously. We've Jesse, of course, his story no longer continues. But I love that they even brought back Wolf and we got to see where he's at, and it just sets up a lot of interesting questions for me. How on earth is he still in this position of authority? He's not like Crosshair, where he was on the same level as one of the other troopers that were there who weren't a clone. He's actually a commander and in charge of not only clone commando, but regular people that have been brought into the army. They're not clones. So he's in charge of them. He hasn't been forced into retirement, and he actually has a position of power above the new recruits. But yeah, definitely concerned for him now. He's not going to last in the Empire. The new recruits will obviously report him. He will lose his job, and he'll probably be shipped off to Tantis. And is that the goal? Is that the whole retirement thing? Are they being told that they're retiring only to be shipped off to Tantus to be experimented on? I wouldn't put it past the Empire to do that. I feel like that's something they would definitely do. So I would not be surprised if Wolf ends up back on Tantus and he's one of the clones that the Bad Batch inevitably are going to have to save. Yeah, this episode as a whole I loved. The way they dealt with tension, the way they dealt with I love the lighting. Seeing how they're playing around with dark atmospheres, and I love the red light that comes down when the bad guys drop from the ship. It looks awesome. Yeah, it's definitely gotten to the point where it feels like anyone could die. I mean, we're seeing like the one guy just never be able to die, CX Trooper. So that's kind of like, is a counter to this sort of idea. But the way it feels for the good guys, it feels like any one of them could die at any moment. We saw one clone die in this. He got shot by the Shadow Trooper. I want to say, it began with an N. So that guy died, so it wasn't a main character, but it still feels like any of them could die. And this was a perfect example of sort of how the episodes are playing with that. Ever since Tech's gone, anyone's up in the air, and they're dealing with each episode like that it could be anyone next. But also a little disappointed they couldn't get like coordinates for Tantus from this. But I do like that it's led in the direction where they need to find out what Omega is. So it kind of sets up a good story in that way. But I wish this would have been the perfect opportunity to get info on where Tantus is. But yeah, looking back, that information probably wasn't available to them. Only the Shadow Trooper's ship probably had that info. Wolf's ships probably didn't. I'm guessing they came from Coruscant. They came from the Empire, not Tantus. They didn't see eye to eye with the Shadow Trooper. I'm going to call them Shadow Trooper. I think Shadow Trooper is such a cooler name than CX Trooper, honestly, in my personal opinion. Yeah, hopefully looking into whatever Omega is will lead them onto Tantus' location, because I want that to happen soon. I want the clones to be like freed, because every second we're dealing with some kind of new story. Clones are being experimented on and tortured, and probably more are being turned into Shadow Troopers, and their personality and identity is being erased. And that is absolutely awful. So yeah, from here, I'm not sure. So I like that they've set up where it needs to go. The connection between where they are now to getting to Tantus is whatever Omega is. That's how they stop. I don't know, it's technically cutting up the story a little bit. Hunter wants Omega to be safe and to make sure the Empire doesn't come after her. That is dealing with whatever she is and how special she is and whatever's in her blood and all that stuff. Whereas Rex and Echo basically need to find the coordinates for Tantus. Of course, they'll come back together because Omega needs to have the confrontation with Hemlock. He's definitely a personal villain to her. Looking forward to that eventual confrontation. But yeah, assuming next episode I want it to go into the Omega stuff, I'd love it if we get the actual answers in that episode and we don't have to wait a while, because she is like the key to this entire show, and it was hinted at right at the start, and I want info. I want to know why she is so special, and if there is a way that you can maybe make her not so special, so the Empire has no use for her after that. Because if they get her back for like one day, that's enough to do whatever Palpatine wants. But yeah, with that said, that does bring me to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one for Season 3, Episode 8. See ya!